I know previously I've watched Netflix on the bus, and you have to make sure you're not going to miss your stop or anything. I have done that before.
This episode of CU Live is sponsored by our friends at MORPC, the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission, and features stories about local and regional partners that envision and embrace innovative directions in economic prosperity, transportation, sustainability, and an inclusive Central Ohio. MORPC's transformative programming, innovative services, and public policy initiatives are designed to promote and support the vitality and growth in the region. For more information, visit morpc.org or click the link in the video description. Hi, welcome to CU Live. My name is Walker Evans. I'm the co-founder of Columbus Underground. Joining me today is Lexi Petrella. She is an associate planner with the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission.
Yep.
MORPC for short. Most people know it as MORPC. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So today we're talking a bit about sustainable transportation in Central Ohio, something that you've worked on for a while. Yeah. To start, I guess, can you just sort of define what does sustainable transportation mean?
Well, to me, sustainable transportation means anything that's not driving alone. So anything that doesn't mean you are in a single occupancy vehicle. Mm-hmm. So with my job at MORPC, I focus a lot on encouraging commuters and any transportation users to take the bus, to carpool, to walk, and to bike, and all of the above. So yeah.
Do you think that's tough in a city like Columbus? I mean, you hear a lot of people say that we're a car city, car culture. We're a younger city, so a lot of the city was built very car-centric in its layout.
Right.
What's the big challenge in getting people to switch?
So for Columbus specifically, behavior change is really hard, and that's my primary job at MORPC. So every day is a challenge, but every day is exciting and unique. And we're in a really interesting spot right now in Central Ohio with our population growing. We're growing in young adults, and we're also growing in older adults, both populations that are really looking for sustainable transportation options, including walkable neighborhoods so that they can get to where they want and need to go efficiently and safely.
Yeah. Is the big challenge, I mean, for a lot of people, commute is to work, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not even just about having a grocery store they can walk to in their neighborhood.
Right.
Is the challenge that people just live far from their jobs and that makes it hard to bike or walk or even consider taking the bus?
Yeah, that is often the case. A lot of people want to try transit, especially if you are a millennial or an older adult, but they also need to get to the grocery store. They need to pick up their kids from school, from daycare, and transit connections to get to those places from their work, their home, and the places that they need to go would really help them make that step. But I work with commuter challenges and different campaigns to educate and empower people to try sustainable modes. Mm-hmm. We do that through different education initiatives, but also incentives to get them to try something new and to hopefully get them to try it, but then also make that transportation choice a habit.
Yeah. Do you think part of that mindset shift is even just in getting people to use alternatives some of the time and not all the time? Because I think for a lot of people, they think, oh, I'm never going to ride the bus to work, therefore I should never ride any kind of transit, when maybe like 1 or 2 bike trips a week makes sense, and maybe they should consider that.
That is an excellent point. So one of the campaigns that we run is Bike Month, and we actually are doing a different campaign this year in August, and that's because our Bike Month happened during the quarantine this year, so we're kind of switching up our plans a little bit. But with our bike campaign, we don't only encourage commute trips. We say bike to the ice cream store, bike to the park with your kids, because we're hoping that in that month, in that time, we are encouraging people to make the small step to try something new, and then later in the year when we get to the commuter challenge, we're asking them to make the big step, which is to get to work.
Yeah. What would you say to someone, I think for a lot of people, transportation, a lot of it's about time. It's easy and cheap enough and convenient enough for me to just jump in my car and take 10 minutes driving somewhere versus figuring out, how to bike, and if it's too hot or if it's raining, what's the, kind of the long-term goal? When you say sustainable, you think, it's better for the environment, pollution-wise, how do you convince someone that you got to take that long-term approach?
So all of that is about perception. Something that we try to focus on is, we love COTA, we love our transit options in Columbus, but when someone thinks about, I'm going to take the bus to work, and if you live in somewhere like Lewis Center, it could take you 2 hours to get to downtown by taking transit. So what we try to do is show people what they could be doing with that time. You could be using that time to start your workday earlier so you can leave earlier. A lot of CODA's buses have Wi-Fi, if not all of them. And then also they could be using that time to listen to a podcast, to talk to friends on the way to work, have some time that is going to maybe relieve some stress of the day. So it's all
watch
about
videos like
exactly.
this one.
Yeah, you definitely could. I know previously I've watched Netflix on the bus, and
Yeah.
you have to make sure you're not going to miss your stop or anything. I have done that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about perception. A lot of people want to try sustainable modes for sustainability, like you mentioned, but they have the barriers of perception of what they might think about safety with sustainable modes. So, as well as time and money. So we try to use all these things to encourage people to see the benefits of sustainable transportation, which there are very many.
Cool. And I imagine for more information, people go to the MORPC website, morpc.org.
Yep, you can go to morpc.org, but we also have our MORPC Ohio Mobility Hub. So we have a platform with Ride Amigos, which is a company out of California that have helped us power Ohio Commute, which allows you to look at sustainable modes based on your specific home and work address. And then you can look at your different commuting options based on your needs and what you're looking for. It also will help you find a carpool partner if that's best for you.
Cool. That's really nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking some time today.
No, thank you so much for having me.